Hey Leo, how are you doing? Welcome into the channel. So we're going to do the reading for the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. What I want to find out is, what does this person want when they come back? Pisces retrograde, can be dreamy, right? It can also mean that you need to use your intuition over your logic during this time. Okay, so I want to take a look at your current energy, and then I want to look at your person's energy and see where you two are currently standing towards each other. We will find out what the blockage was for the both of you and go from there. Always remember to take what resonates and throw out what doesn't. If you find it's not resonating, check out your other sign placements. I think everyone forgets that we actually embody every single sign of the zodiac. Doesn't matter if you have a planet placement or not. You have a house. All right. What is going on for Leo for this Mercury retrograde? What's going on with them and their person? And you might hear some outside noise. I have the window cracked because of the sage. Just FYI. Oh. Ace of Cups. Seven of Wands. Two of Swords in reverse. Okay. Your person. Four of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. Tower in reverse. Okay. Well, so Leo, interesting. So your current energy, Ace of Cups, you're kind of looking forward to a new beginning. In love. I feel like you're protecting yourself against this person that could be coming back. All right. So even though we are in the pre-shadow of the retrograde, it started on the 11th. Today is the 12th. It officially doesn't start until February 26th. However, this is pre-shadow. So, this person could start to communicate with you. You could already be communicating, and, you might find the feeling of this person trying to get back into your life, but you are definitely holding steady. Okay. You're clear. So the Two of Swords in the upright is, it's blocking yourself, right? Blocking yourself from wanting to see something, blocking yourself from mentally making a decision, right? It's kind of caught up in your head, and it's in the reverse. So it feels very much like you're very clear. You're not confused in any way. You're holding your ground, and you're ready for a new beginning in love. It seems like it's elsewhere. Okay. I don't know if you have anybody you're currently talking to, or if you're just currently feeling more open. Okay. That's you. I mean, that's great. You're standing the ground, right? You're clear. You're not confused. Your person. it seems like your person's possibly realizing that they may have rejected you, not given you the fair opportunity when they were with you. They're not really letting go of the past they had with you, okay? So it's a feeling of remorse right now. But with the Tower in reverse, they're not realizing that this is over. So when they do come back in, they may realize that when they see that you are standing your ground and you're clear on your decision to not allow this person back into your life because you're adamant about a new beginning. And this person, I think was hoping to be able to rebuild, but I think they're going to get a little bit of a shock and realize that there is no really going back into the past with you or bringing that past into the future to carry on to try and get back into your life. So interesting. Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to avoid you blocking them. It feels a little bit. But, they're going to realize, and that's, really what this retrograde is about, because, it's saying to really use your intuition and to not, look so much onto the logic. And I think you're really listening to your intuition. And I almost feel like I get this gut feeling that most of the signs will when I get through this series of readings, because I just did Aries. And even though it was a little bit the same with Aries, somebody kept coming back because it was very lustful and they were not putting their heart into it. And so Aries is realizing they can't fix that person, which is really good. I think people are coming out of the dream state, okay? Which is, I feel, going to happen for a lot of folks. So, all right, let's get a little more. Actually, let's go to what this actual block was. I mean, I know, they may not have put you front and center at one point. They may have rejected you. But let's get a little more on what this block was. Yeah. Feeling unloved. Yeah, exactly. And they realized they did that. This is so many. Need rescuing. Vulnerable. Ambivalent. Getting hurt. There's the fix them. That was the same card that came out for Aries. So, yeah. So they made you feel unloved. All right. We get that. They're coming back in because they kind of feel like they need to be rescued. Okay. And that's because of the fact that they're coming out of the realization of what they've done. They're getting a little bit more anxiety now, instead of, you know, I don't want Leo. I don't want Leo. I'm done. I don't want Leo. And then now that you're standing your ground and you're ready for new love because you were rejected, you know, now it's, well, wait a minute. Hold on, Leo. Hold on. You know, you got to a point where you were neglecting yourself because they were neglecting you, and you pulled yourself out of it because you're standing your ground. Okay. You're not going to allow this person to hurt you anymore. Okay. There's no fixing them. We know that. You fix yourself, they fix themselves. So it looks like you've done some healing because you're standing your ground. And now it's time for this person to let go of the past. Okay. The Tower in reverse, you know, it's time for them to change, right? And this is the shakeup. You're giving them the shakeup that they need to work on themselves. You know, I think at one point, this person said that they wanted you, that they, you know, were ready for love, but they were, you know, always missing, ambivalent. They were missing. You know, this person needs to learn to be more vulnerable. They were not vulnerable. They didn't open up. And you know, ended up finding yourself being neglected, feeling unloved. And now they do. So they're feeling what they've put you through. Okay, they hurt you, but now they're feeling the hurt. Tell me about this needing rescue. Yeah, you've done some healing for the clarity you have. And this person's, you know, that's coming in is a mess. Yeah. Six of Swords. They wanna get out of the choppy waters with you right now. They wanna, you know, move on to a new chapter of not feeling hurt, you know, the fighting, the neglect. They wanna come in and get out of the feeling they're going through, but they're going through it for a reason. Yeah. So you got the Nine of Cups in reverse. They don't feel fulfilled in their life now that you're gone, but they certainly didn't really feel fulfilled when you were in it because they were always rejecting you. And that's because it starts with yourself. So this person needs to learn to love themselves. Yeah, Ten of Wands in reverse. You know, it's almost like it's too much for them. The feeling is too much for them. But they didn't think about what they put you through, did they? And, you know, now it's time for them. But you did, it looks like you've done quite well for yourself. Anything in the True Intentions deck here? You think this is pretty cut and dry? Yeah, obligation. Don't feel obligated when they come back. You know, it may get to that point where you feel you're obligated to give them attention. Yeah, here comes the vent. right? They're going to want to come vent to you about how they're feeling and how down they are. And, oh, you know, I can't move on. I know I need to, but I can't, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they want to come in and say, oh, you know, it's mutual. I do care about you. I do love you. You know, we're on the same page. I think you know it's not. Okay. Well, Leo, I think this is pretty cut and dry. I think you know who this person is. We've got Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, a little bit of Leo. We got some Libra. We got some Pisces. We've got some Sagittarius, Aquarius. Yeah, those are the signs you could be dealing with, but it could be anybody. Just don't feel obligated. You know, I think you're fine. I think you're going to stand your ground, but they may put it on thick, you know, with all these cards of needing to be rescued. Oh, you know, I can't handle the burdens. I'm miserable. I'm not happy with myself. They're going to lay it on thick. And they may even actually be vulnerable where they weren't before. They just didn't care. And it may throw you back. So during this time, so the retrograde, even the post shadow, we don't get out of this until April 9th. And we just started the pre-shadow. So this is going to be a long period of you really standing your ground and holding your ground and listening to your intuition. Don't, you know, get caught up in all this stuff that they're telling you when they come back to vent. Okay, don't get caught up in it if you truly do want a new beginning. So let me look at that real quick, and then let's see what this Ace of Cups is about for Leo. You got the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. You're wise. You're wise enough to know that this person coming in is basically, it's going to be like I said, they're going to lay it on thick. It'll be a lot like they're, you know, abusing their power. And the Ten of Pentacles, you're wise enough to know. I think you've known this person long enough with the Ten of Pentacles. This is somebody that's been around for a while, and you know very well that they're not going to give you what you want if you take this person back. Okay? All right, Leo, this is what I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. Hit the like button, share, drop a comment, subscribe. Until the next time, I'll talk to you soon.